That's not fun.
No one will build. Yeah, no one's gonna build.
Yeah, but
Don't you
Lifestealer
guys
has
know
rage.
the counter to Invoker mid?
PL.
PL.
Yeah, it really is.
But you said it was for Empire though. But
It's
Brood
good
Mother,
we've
for
seen a
both.
lot of
C9.
PA too. PA is a pretty
they're
good counter.
brood pickers, but they have a Legion,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
the LC is the only like iffy thing about the PL or the Brood in that case.
I wish they could pick Magnus. Too bad they banned him.
Yeah, it's gone.
Baby Knight Sniper is not very fun against Legion, Lifestealer, Spirit Breaker. That's not the
Yeah.
play. I
Seems
don't think.
awful. It's a Viper
Well, you
game,
need like
guys.
you need an escape mechanism.
Actually,
Let's go Viper.
could it be a Viper game?
I love that. But,
It could be, but I don't.
all
how
right,
much
that's
fun
probably
he'd have.
better.
Wow.
That's probably better.
Well, that's a
Okay.
great hero to have against Wisp Invoker. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
However,
Silence pretty handy.
So
however,
wait,
as a core though,
Mid silencer?
could
Yep,
be
it'll be
kind
mid.
of food.
I haven't seen this that much. What do you think about this trend?
I think it's strong.
Yeah.
He's difficult to lane against.
I
Trying
think
to
it can
imagine
be
if there's
strong.
any possibility they Warlock mid, but I highly doubt
Oh,
it.
I
haven't
want
seen
that now.
in So
Aren't-
long now. There's no way.
Aren't you
No
guys
chance
worried
of
that
it.
Silencer might just get pooped on? Like, if he gets initiated on by a relocate, like one Infest Bomb gank, if Spirit Breaker
Well, he can
catches him.
global
What?
because he'll like hear the noise.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, it's
Yeah, I
it's a
know.
lot to global though. You know, Lifestealer even when silent still swipes him pretty hard. Lifestealer's Silencer's kind of
Yeah,
a bitch.
imagine
It's
him
tricky.
globaling for a
Both
Spirit
teams are
Breaker.
lacking defensively.
Imagine him global silencing for a Spirit Breaker that has nobody inside him. He's just
Yeah.
doing it to bait out the silence.
That would be
There
pretty.
you
Yeah,
go.
that's pretty insane. I think he needs to build like a force or some mobility item for Silencer for sure.
I'm
definitely.
digging on this Empire draft gang. I think they've got a lot of options for initiation,
It's a very
counter initiation.
CIS run at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
that's
gonna go with
great.
Empire on this one.
I gotta go. I don't have
Because
faith
Cloud9
in the
didn't
Wraith
pick
King
it up.
either.
I do have
don't-
faith in the Wraith King, and I have faith in Cloud9.
I don't know if
I believe.
Really?
And this is the
dangerous
game.
proposition. sir.
Megas are coming, guys. I'm telling you. Bet your inner currency on it. Okay, come on.
We're gonna have to start calling that the Mott bet.
The Mott
and
bet.
the Mott bet this week, we've got an over on the Megas.
People are gonna not go for that bet ever. That's not something anybody's gonna do. It's not a value bet. I'm the anti-value.
All right, so you're the contrarian this time, Moderino. You're
Let's
calling
do
it
it.
for Cloud9. We'll
I
see
am.
what'll happen. And look at this load screen. So anime, so good.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Weebs.
This is only game 2, folks, and we'll move into a pause to get it started. This game 2 of the best of 5. This is the final week. Suns fan, good work on the counter there, sir. You've updated us properly.
Thank you. I
Oh, well
learned from
done.
my mistake last time.
I just want to ask real quick. Do we still believe that this is gonna be, or do?
Well,
You know what?
Look at Wraith King's pose, guys. Sorry to interrupt, Mom.
No,
This
it's
is
okay. I
important.
lost my train of thought again.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa,
Quite
look at this.
That's amazing.
Boy, what you got
Classic
there?
squad.
Oh, it's me.
Oh, it's me, Wraith King.
That's how he takes craps, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm
Uses
just
the-
dropping
the
a
sword
steamer
for
there.
balance.
Speaking of anime, this is a real anime pose right here. Let me tell you.
It's like, oh, nothing gets me started like a good morning dump there.
Look at Earth Spirit. This guy is literally
Australian.
jumping out of the earth.
The Wraith King is now Australian, everybody. They're both doing it. Everybody's jumping in. It's a great time.
Dude, they're having a Johnny Jamboree over
This
here.
is
Look
some
at
real
this guy.
anime shit on Cloud9's side.
The Dire are like way more boring. No one's
Yeah, the
doing
Dire's
anything
just
cool.
standing there.
Lifestealer is literally jaw agape.
Legion's kind of like whatever.
I love
No,
his
they're all
jaw.
just kind of chilling. Oh, no, get out of here. No, please.
Excellent. Perfect.
Legion looks like she's too cool to be here. I don't know. She
Look
doesn't
at-
really fit
Zoom in on Lifestealer, please. Don't you guys, these ligaments,
Yeah,
you know
why
those
don't the
ligaments, don't
pipes
you want
go
to just
into the
rip
mouth?
them off?
Yeah, I don't get why.
Well,
the
I don't
pipes
know
go into
about
his
that,
mouth
man.
Like that. They look so silly.
Actually, they do look really weird. I hate
what are
those,
they
actually.
doing? They're just there.
Yeah, they're keeping his jaw together.
Are they? They look like they're supposed to be like pumping like air or fluid or something.
Yeah. This set freaks me out, man. I feel
don't
like
get
if
it.
you just rip this off like Bane style, he would just be like, I'm having trouble breathing. All right,
New voice
well,
back for Lifestealer.
Burn.
Zyori as Tom Hardy as Lifestealer. With that said, we've got casters again. It's Andy and Brax to take it away for game 2.
Well, thank you very much, you meme lords. We are here at the Betway Arena, King of the Hill, Game 2, and it is going to be a feisty one. Empire looking to have a very big global presence, and Cloud9 looking to be the Lord of the Farmers. Brax, what's up, my man?
How are you doing? This looks like the very definition of CIS total. You've got the Spirit Breaker with your Lifestealer, the relocate and everything. Should be good.
All I can think of is that, like, terribly drawn comic with the Lifestealer and the Spirit Breaker and the Ag stick. It's amazing. Oh, it's gonna be some fun ganks already. I feel it. And Chappie, he's prepared, just hanging out in the cliff, getting some vision. So, yeah, definitely gonna be a feisty game too. These guys are ready to fight and just light the map on fire. Any unexpected starting items? Everything looks pretty standard to me.
Yeah, everything looks pretty normal for the most part. Empires, I don't think, I'm surprised. So sometimes I was jungle with Iron Talon. And this looks like a pretty good jungle IO game. Like he could have easily free farmed, but he's gonna choose to lane instead. I guess he can pressure bottom lane pretty hard with the Legion Commander against Warlock Wraith King lane. Not the strongest lane in the world for sure.
Yeah, up top we've got Spirit Breaker joined by his buddy Lifestealer. I mean, are those guys just gonna get at it right away? Like as soon as Chappie hits 6, is he gonna jump in, or does Lifestealer really have to wait for his core items?
I mean, knowing this team, they probably will do that. They'll probably go down together bottom lane and, 4-man gank that with Sunstrike as well.
Mid lane, we're
So,
going to
yeah.
have a matchup of overly strict guys with long robes, Invoker versus Silencer, and they're just going to be duking it out there. Should be a relatively even lane, right?
I think Silencer actually might have the edge here. Silencer's ridiculously strong in lane right now.
Yeah, we don't get to see a ton of him, but I really like it here. I think, again, draft panel called it out pretty nicely. You hear the relocate, you hear a charge coming at you, just pop that silence, better safe than sorry. Yeah, roll into the mid, but FN gonna keep himself nice and safe.
Yep, that global is going to be very difficult for Empire to deal with, but, Sunsfan did say that you don't really want a global when Spirit Breaker charges you. You know what I mean? Like,
Unless you
when that
know there's a
happens-
life stealer inside that can absolutely kill you.
well, the problem is when Lifestealer is infested, he doesn't get silenced by the global, unless he comes out then gets global. So he's going to get all his
Oh.
spells off most likely.
Yeah, that's harsh. Alright, we'll
Yeah,
see.
they're going to need some defensive items for sure. Force staffs, Yules, anything they can get.
It's gonna be tricky. Again, Earth Spirit spending a lot of his time helping out his silencer buddy mid. FN, though, still getting some, some last hits. Picked himself up his second one there, but Baby Knight definitely having an easier time farming. Down bottom, it's going to be Wraith King and Rise on the Warlock, just going up against Legion Commander, but Ghostic still having a pretty easy time down here, not really feeling the pressure.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they can do to help FN, because right now his lane is pretty much frozen in a terrible spot for him. If he comes up at all and gets rolled in, he's going to take a ton of damage.
Yeah, we see he just tried to make it into lane there to get a last hit, but just immediately denied by the silencer, so pretty tricky for him to farm now. Ace going up is going to take some smacks as Wisp hops down bottom to help Ghostic, but no blood being shed, just some lane pressure, some rotations coming in.
Yep, that's the trade-off, right? Empire has a really strong dual offlane, but in exchange their mid lane isn't very strong. And C9 choosing to put their efforts there instead.
Yep, roll in. FN gonna get stuck up by that. There's just gonna be Silencer spraying out the arcane curse, but FN
Oh my
won't
God, the
die.
damage.
He's just forced out of lane there. Now down bottom, Ace is gonna be beaten up upon Ghostic, really getting feisty with this one. Miposhka keeping him healthy, but yeah, Ghostic just gonna be walking back. So, I mean, where do you think the blood's going to be shed? Is it going to be a successful mid-rotation, or is it just going to be one of these side lanes that gets a little too heated?
I think it'll happen when there's a rotation to the bottom lane from Empire. I think that's like the most likely place that there'll be a kill. If not there, then probably mid lane.
Yeah, you can see FN has to play so defensively here. He's got 4 last hits. He's just in so much trouble pinging out the silencer, but there is going to be Earth Spirit waiting up on the cliff to punish.
Yeah, if he scans out the Earth Spirit, he's hugging the opposite side now. Spirit Breaker is in the back.
Yep. Man,
But yeah,
this-
I mean, he's playing extremely defensively. Very hard for them to really do anything to him right now.
Yeah, he's got nothing. Just picks himself up a second null tally with all of his money versus Baby Knight, who already has shoes and a bottle and 200 gold on top of that. So big discrepancy here in the mid lane. But like you mentioned, Empire having a strong off lane and top lane. Looks like Chappie's not getting pushed back too hard. Able to keep himself safe against Hesta Joe. So Charge coming in onto Baby Knight now, and we'll see if they're able to go in. They get the Cold Snap on him. Spirit Breaker's charging in. There is a roll that connects onto Miposhka, and Miposhka's going to get in low. Baby Knight, though, is going to be the first blood. They do trade for the Wisp, but FN finally able to get himself on the board. Noya being bashed up by King R, who's chasing him down. Another charge comes through, and one more hit secures a double kill. So this pesky mid lane has been taken care of.
Yup, excellent rotation. Invoker can finally hit some creeps in peace.
Warlock did accidentally heal the siege creep instead of hitting Legion.
Yeah, that's for the tower push. Oh my god, they actually get the snipe onto FN there with the assist of the rocket.
Yeah, they're still going in. This is very aggressive. Noya, who needs to back off a little bit as the spirits are going to wrap around, doing a fair amount of damage to both heroes. So, kills starting to come out. It was 0-0, now 2-2 all of a sudden, and just a snap of fingers, a couple rotations into the mid lane, but that's how easily this game can just get so bloody. Some true CIS Dota coming in. Now top lane, battery assault onto
There's no
Chappie.
rage up.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of damage from this. Clockwork does have to back off, though, as he's only got boots in the poor man's shield.
Clockwork actually he's doing very well in this off lane. 17 CS against
Bottom.
the Lifestealer.
Yeah, charge coming in. Ace potentially in some trouble here. They're going to have to take this one under tower if they want to finish him off. And there is going to be a Warlock coming in. Goes for the heal. It's not going to be enough to save our Wraith King. So looks like Ghost Stick's going to find one for himself. King R having some good kill participation already. 2-0-1. Participating in 100% of Empire's kills.
Yep, the Bash Lord.
Yeah, really. Ghost Stick going to be making his way out of lane as Ace TP's back in. But already some serious action coming in as Noya smacks onto two heroes and then just retreats out. So Dire starting to get aggressive and take over some Radiant territory.
Yep, they're wrapping around mid here. Here comes the charge on the silencer.
Yeah, Baby Knight, as soon as his Earth Spirit left, he's really starting to feel the pain. They go for the Cold Snap as well, so he can't even get off an attack. There he goes. He's going to be going in and does die. Accidentally last worded that creep.
Man, Empire really saving their mid lane, billing them out of a hard situation here with these nice rotations.
Yeah, really, as soon as Spirit Breaker hit too, he's like, alright, I'm coming in. You don't have to suffer anymore. And
Yep, he's hit his power spike. He's good to go.
power spike it 4 minutes in. Alright. So he's sitting on a double damage rune now, waiting for his teammates to come in, and they can probably turn this into some blood, filling up Io's bottle again. Mid lane though, Noya gonna be kicking around our Invoker. But they're going back in. Another charge onto the silencer. They get the Cold Snap up again. Noya getting low. The Global Silence comes in. They do end up finishing off the Earth Spirit, but Baby Knight makes it under his trees, and that's going to be the red light for Empire. They do have to back off, but they still get something. Down bottom, Ghost Stick really keeping the harass onto Ace. Ace is
Charge
only
again.
level in the IO. It looks like King R gets low. They go for a duel. They do get the victory onto the Earth Spirit, but now they've got to get out safely, and that's going to be more of a challenge. Hesta Joe locks down the Wisp. They've got Ghost Stick as well, so 3 heroes dead when all is said and done. I don't really know if that was worth.
Well, they did manage to kill Wraith King, so I mean, they got something at least. These guys are committed. Charge is being used pretty much off cooldown every time.
Yep. Having that teamwork there is pretty nice. King R going to be going forward. They do get another Cold Snap onto Baby Knight. Sunstrike coming in. Not quite on the mark there, but they've still got the damage they need to force him out of lane. The Spirits going to be going in. Can they finish him off? He's so close, but the Boulder Kick comes in. They've isolated King R, who wants to get this kill. Wisp is so tempted, and they will find it. But now King R unfortunately got greedy and will be punished. So kills flying out left and right, 7-8 now the kill score at 8.5 minutes in the game. Bottom lane going in onto Rise. He's got the Shadow Word on himself, but with the duel coming out, don't know if that's enough heal coming through. Ghost Stick finds himself a second duel victory. Now Hesta Joe just waddling around on top of him. Is level 7, but having some mana problems, not able to get off that hook shot, and they've got him in the cogs. They're fighting it out. There is going to be a Sunstrike coming in, helping him out, and that's going to be another kill for Ghost Stick. Double kill for him in the bot lane. Noya rolls in, wanting to take control here, but just a little bit low on mana. They do end up finding King R. Can he charge away? And it looks like one more glaive will knock him down, so Baby Knight gets something here in this bottom lane, but it is given some free time to FN, who's finding a recovery in the mid lane.
Yep, he's almost got his Midas. Not so bad at all anymore. Those 3 kills really helping out his gold here. But man, action-packed game. Charge again on the top lane. Let's see if he stops this one. I'm gonna bet no.
It looks like you're really clued into what's going on in this Dota game, Brax. As Rise
Yep,
leaves the safety of his tower, and yeah, that's going to be a completed charge. He's waddling. Get in there. 2 TPs coming in, and it looks like the Sunstrike clips him just a little bit back out as they go for the hook shot onto Chappie. He's raging, trying to claw his way through the cogs, makes it out to the side shop. He's got himself a TP, but they know Ace is right there with the Wraithfire Blast. He eats it right up. King R charges back in. Ghostic, a brief moment of hesitation. The Global Silence comes out, and that's going to be the disengage for Empire, but C9 already got what they wanted.
Well, alright. Lifestealer goes down. That's pretty bad, honestly. Look at his farm. He's got 70 CS, Hand of Midas up. He was having a total free game. Oh, King R here might be in some trouble getting run down by the Clockwork.
Yep, he's going to be trapped. Does have that charge out if he could stop getting stun locked every 2 seconds. But looks like he's going to turn this aggressively as Miposhka comes in, goes for the heal, but they got a rock drop onto 3. Spirit's going to be doing a fair amount to try to control these Radiant heroes, but Miposhka is so low. Does go down. Gets the deny off as he's able to get killed by the neutrals. So good play there by Miposhka. Unfortunately, still dead for 20. Invoker joins him in the fountain. So 10-10 is the kill score. Overall fight recap of that is just some good old swing in favor of C9, and overall net worth is very close. This is a very up and down, back and forth game, and we've really barely even started to see the full rotations as now everyone's leaving their lane and grouping up. This mid tower getting pummeled. There's a charge in onto Rise, and we'll see if this gets canceled, but if I had to take a guess,
buddy.
If I had to take a guess, I think they're in, especially as Rise is the last one in. Oh! King R cancels. Gonna play this one safe.
Alright, well now Empire, they have quite a big window where there's no Warlock ultimate, 100 seconds now. Where I'm sure they'll look to get nice and aggressive here. Looks like Chappie really wants to finish his armlet before he makes any rotations. That's pretty normal when Lifestealers go for this Hand of Midas build.
Yep. Silencer picking up the drums, just getting a couple more stats in his favor. Down bottom, we are going to have a big initiation here as King R is just laying into this Clockwork. We got Silencer doing his thing as Rise is going to be going in. Has that Shadow Word, going to be using it aggressively onto the Wisp, who's now separated from his team, getting bashed on by neutrals. Ghostic tries to go for the TP out. It's going to be a close one. Legion Commander lives. Sunstrike comes in and finishes off the Clockwork as well. Invoker getting some monies for himself. We're gonna have a pause as everyone needs to collect themselves after that bloodbath, and
They got so unlucky that a shockwave comes out from the neutrals, denies the Wisp, then Invoker gets the Sunstrike's kill.
that is
He's got 4 kills now.
yeah. Wisp has now died twice in a row to neutrals, just finding some really clutch denies.
Yep, and meanwhile Chappie's just been hitting top the entire time. The entirety of C9 chain TP down to bottom lane as well.
Yeah.
So this tower looks pretty free.
I mean, we talked in the early laning phase about how Invoker was pretty much getting shat upon, but he has definitely made that up. Now getting kills, has his Midas already, his cores are starting to come together. You got some good duels in the Legion. Chappie snaps up a tower for himself, and he's getting very close to his armlet. Gonna be Empire hitting a nice power spike soon, and they can start to go for, well, some even more aggressive charges on the Spirit Breaker.
Yep, once that Lifestealer completes the armlet, I'm sure he'll look to get involved in all these team fights.
Yep, he's just been sitting by his lonesome. In terms of last hits, he's got 102, 13 minutes, pretty alright for him, and net worth gonna be way top of the chart. Now, Mass TP's down. Ghostic just really overstayed his welcome there. None of his friends were nearby. The Global Silence comes out. That is a pretty deep commit for a 4 versus 1, but they got him.
Yeah, they just didn't want to make sure, or they just wanted to make sure that nothing happens. You know, they don't want the relocate out to ruin their gank because they're so heavily committed to this push now in the bottom lane. They've brought all 5 heroes down here, and they really feel like they need to get this tier 1 tower. But Empire, good response. I mean, Chappie's pretty much just been here up in the top lane, untouched, pushing the lane in every time. So he's going to get a lot of tower damage here as well. I don't know if Cloud9 will actually go for this. Like, Clockwork has no TP because he ported down to the lane, but this isn't that great of a trade for C9, even though they did get that kill.
Yeah, Chappie again still getting a lot of space for himself. Has that full armlet, he's flying it in now, so they can start to get pretty mean. Wisp is there with the relocate available. Spirit Breaker not too far off as well. So we'll see what's going to be happening in the next couple of minutes. This is where Empire are going to start to get even more aggressive and go in for those crazy pickoffs. So buckle up. We are really getting ready to just light this map up.
Yeah, it's gonna get crazy here in the next minute or two.
I'm excited. We got Clockwork with his hook shot ready. He's going to be flying in his blade mail pretty soon, so some more damage going their way. Ghost Stick going to get hooked on here under the tier 2 tower. This is pretty aggressive. Legion Commander able to get off that press the attack, healed up by the Wisp Tether, and now Charge going in onto Hester Rotten with just not a drop of mana on him. I think this Clockwork has to say goodbye. Sunstrike coming in, and it's a dual victory as well. Ghost Stick timing that very, very nicely. The tower does go down, but well, Clockwork is just eaten up like a snack, so alright trade.
Yep, not bad. Lifesteal's down in the bottom lane now. He still has Infest too, so if they want to defend another lane, they can do so. C9 all TP'd out. They know they can't fight.
Oh.
They don't want to fight without the global silence. Charge onto Silencer here.
Yeah,
and
this
they
is
do have
pretty
relocate.
bold. And they're going to come in. Sunstrike off the mark, but the relocate comes in, bashing him right back into the open jaws of Chappie, who scores up a killing spree. That's 300 more gold going towards him. Now Midas armlet finished, and he's got almost 1,200 gold on top of that. Straight back to farming in the bot lane. Spirit Breaker.
Nice quick pick there.
He's just hunting in the trees. Going to be planting out a really deep ward here, waiting for that backpack cooldown. Just getting some more vision for his team. And so right now, Empire, their job is to just kind of, you know, go, let their cores push when they can, and then group up and get really aggressive. Go for cheeky charges, go for relocate ganks every time it's available. Legion Commander now with the Blink Dagger, so she's going to be trying to get mobile and really keep Cloud9 on their toes. Cloud9, they just want to be farming. You got Wraith King in the jungle with an armlet of his own, getting very close to a blink. So Ace is doing nicely, but Empire, it's on them to keep up the momentum.
Yeah, they see Baby Knight here, but he's a bit too far to the left.
It's going to be ambitious. They go in. They will get the duel. They need to have the follow-up there. The charge comes forward. They bash him into Sunstrike range, and that's going to be another victory. Noya looking for some follow-up. Hesta Joe misses his hook shot, so he can't quite get in on this. They do isolate Miposhka, who's going to play Ring Around the Rosie here, but goes for the tether. Does get interrupted. Just trying to run to freedom. Meanwhile, Ace is going to be scoring a kill onto King R. TP out from the Wisp will be successful. So they only lose one. Just the Spirit Breaker trading for the mid-silencer. Still overall a good fight for Empire.
Yeah, Silencer goes down again. He had such a good early game, and he's just been ganked and killed off so many times now. Look at Invoker compared to Silencer all of a sudden. Invoker's 3,000 net worth up on this guy. Midas, Agatum, 17 minutes. Pretty good timing, especially considering the start he had.
Yeah, he's
actually got
killed in
fantastic
lane.
farm now.
That is huge, man. I am so surprised the Invoker not only bounced back, but bounced back this quickly. At, 13, 14 minutes, he was already back where he was supposed to be, and now he's topping the charts. So, good job, FN, just keeping his eyes on the prize.
I was watching a game of the open qualifiers for Empire. FN, he had a similar start. He was against a Shadow Fiend, and he got completely dual-laned mid. And the SF had like double his damage, like 3 minutes into the game. And it looked just like this game, and he had a Midas Hags at like 16 minutes off a complete garbage lane where he came out with no CS on it at all.
Yeah, just being
So, yeah,
able
he's,
to draw
very experienced.
resources.
Yeah, just hitting the jungle creeps for a long time, getting those Sunstrike kills.
Up top, Chappie very close to that Desolator, picks it up right now. He's going to be flying it out. So this Lifestealer is just ready to start pushing, ready to start going for some more kills, and we'll see when Spirit Breaker is going to team up with him. There's a rotation in from an Invis Clockwork. Snaps up the rune and could go for a little hook shot here onto Miposhka or whatnot, but again, Wisp still sitting on the tether. Just getting information for his team. The rest of Cloud9 rotating in. Now the battery assault comes out. Hook shot comes in, but they don't have the cogs. They already spent it. Boulder clips him, and that will be a Wisp kill. So Cloud9 do find something for their effort, but again, that is 5 heroes rotating to the top lane. And now the rest of Empire, they can just rotate either down bottom or down mid. And they go for an infest into the Legion Commander.
Yep, nice play by Cloud9. They get something with that Invis. C9 are having such trouble pushing these lanes out. Even when Empire was taking their bottom tier 1, Ace was farming the jungle, Baby Knight was farming the jungle. They just don't feel safe pushing these lanes out. Like, look, Empire pushing mid lane is 2 heroes, and they can't touch them. There's no hook shot up to start the fight on the Lifestealer.
Yeah, man, Chappie takes that tower so quickly with the armlet and the Deso, too. So.
Yep. King R in the bottom lane, the Spirit Breaker, has just been farming the lane for the past, like, 2 minutes. They just, you know, they can't spend the resources to come mess with them because they lose too much map control. They need to stick together so they can use their spells, their Global Silence. Warlock ultimate, pretty much, it's only strong when they're taking these team fights, but Empire just aren't giving them the team fights at all.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Maybe a couple clutch hook shots or, you know, a Global Silence setup could be great here, but they're going to have to play this really smart. Miposhka kind of just hanging out alone. Again, does have that relocate, can hop in elsewhere if needed, but yeah, like you mentioned, Cloud9, they're going to have to start splitting this top jungle thin because it's really the only place they feel safe right now. Dire, and they ping out this ward. They know exactly what's up. And now they go in. I think Miposhka might take one for the team here. Does get picked off, but now there's going to be pings on this bottom tower as Empire want to immediately turn this into a push of their own.
Yep, nice play by Cloud9. Good catch with the Blink Dagger. But again, Empire just in the other 2 lanes, and even though they spread themselves thin, they can always reinforce quickly with the relocate and the charge to follow it up as well.
So going to be some tier 2 for tier 2 trading. Obviously Cloud9 having all 5 heroes invested up here. Still going down pretty slowly, and they are going to spend to fortify. Now 3 TPs hopping down. FN going to get hookshot upon, but there is going to be Ghost Stick there to heal him up. FN, though, still ticking low, is going to be hopping into that Ghost Walk, but they've still got the AoE to take him out. So he's done for. Now, are they going to continue the pressure here? Rise getting very low, is able to drop the rocks. Now Chappie running away, and they do have a duel coming in after the Global Silence. Unfortunate timing there as they lose one. But now King R waiting for that cooldown so we can charge away. Looks like he won't get that luxury. It's a 2-for-1. They trade a Warlock support for a core and a very greedy Spirit Breaker. So good fight overall for C9. That is 1,200 gold going their way. Now Wisp as well, just being caught out here. Nothing to tether to. Chappie just wasn't close enough.
Oh, nice save from the relocate there. Saves Lifestealer's life. Yep, this is again their window. When you play against these heroes with long ultimate cooldowns, you know for the next minute and a half you have this, you know, this time to fight where they just won't be able to fight you at all. You can force big objectives like Roche, take towers. I'm pretty sure they should be looking at Roshan when all their heroes are up. They can do it very quickly, and they just don't have ultimates to fight.
Yep, I mean, of course, it'd be better for Empire if they didn't have to trade a couple kills for that window of freedom, but they're still bouncing back. They're still feeling good. The Lifestealer and Invoker are still on the top of the charts, but Wraith King, we haven't heard much out of him for the last couple of minutes as he's just been making his way around the jungle looking for that full Mjolnir pickup now on top of his armlet.
Yeah, he's been pretty quiet, but I mean, he's just doing his thing, farming, playing these team fights, blinking to start the fight.
I mean, is he a super serious late game threat? Like, should Empire be way more concerned that he's getting so much freedom, or can they deal with it?
They have good tools to deal with it in the Lifestealer. Good BKB. Oh, you know, he's got the magic community to deal with him, and he's also great at killing these strength heroes.
Oh.
Yep, here comes the Roche, rolling from Noya.
Yeah, Chappie just going to temporarily take a nap there, but immediate duel to follow up. This Blade Mail is not doing much for the Clockwork, but Ace coming in, slapping out a nice stun. Is it going to be enough to score some kills? It looks like Chappie a little too scared to go back and chew on him one more time, so they are going to let everyone off with a warning here after very aggressive fight. Oh, they get him.
Oh,
at least forcing the reincarnate.
Well, that's pretty good, actually.
Yep.
Because if they were to kill the Wraith King there by like just right-clicking him, I'm pretty sure they would have fed. Due to the slow and Earth Spirit bot out there, they really want to fight this Roche. They don't want to give it up for free.
Thank you, Andrew, for the level update. He's doing well. Gonna be rolling in, Chappie. Still getting farmed. Just gonna gobble up some ancients for now. This Roche is just getting pulled out left and right. Poor guy. All right, man, this
BKB
Legion.
looking for the duel.
Yeah, Legion is just all up in it. King R continues the chase, does find the at least setup for a kill onto Noya, but Noya's going to get healed up. There's a hook shot back in. This is looking nasty for Empire. King R now locked down. Legion's heal may not be enough. A couple more glaives from the Silencer. He's going to be charging his way to freedom up top, and Ace just can't keep on top of him. But C9 now get their shot at the Roche pit themselves. We'll see if Empire is going to deal with this. They've pretty much got an infested Legion commander, and that's their big tool. Are they going to make a go for it? They go in and find a duel onto the Clockwork. Noya going to be rolling away, but the Roche, it's taken. Aegis goes the way of Baby Knight. Now Chappie solo in the pit, taking some harass. There is going to be a charge moving forward. Ace goes in, does manage to get the Wraithfire blast off. The rage was not in time, and they will lose Chappie. That's real unfortunate. Looks like Maposhka going down as well. Legion Commander lands a 4-man overwhelming.
Onto Warlock though, Rise, you are in some danger.
Yeah, I think they'll find some trade for themselves, but man, Ace is coming back in, and it looks like Spirit Breaker might be going out. Tornado will buy him some time, but King R still pops. So Ace is now
Ghost set
becoming
up on top on a Baby Knight here.
Yeah, they're going
this
in.
Is the Aegis as well. I think he's gonna die twice here, maybe.
Yeah, more dual
he can't
victories.
TP, huh?
Just gonna be forcing himself forward, and they can't catch him. So Baby Knight will live, but has to lose an Aegis, has to give away a dual victory. Things are starting to look good for Cloud9 as they're just slowly scaling up, and now their ults gonna be coming back up. You've got 20 seconds till the global silence, less than a minute till golems. So C9 can just kind of group up, look for the next items, and start pushing as a pack.
Yeah, Wraith King's starting to get real strong now. He just hit his level 18. There's a 40-second cooldown now on his reincarnation. It's ridiculously low. Man, Empire, they jumped with the BKB on the Legion there, trying to find the duel, but they just couldn't get it. There was one Force Staff and then another, and then they just ended up clumping up into the Global Silence and the Warlock Ultimate. It was just bad news all around. They really tried to, to push their advantage there when they didn't have ult, but they just couldn't find the right initiation.
Down bottom, FN playing a pretty dangerous game. He's all down by his lonesome here. No vision. In fact, Radiant Vision as a whole is pretty lacking. Dire, they've got some wards up around the pit, but that's pretty much it. So smoke up.
Smoke up from Empire here. Clockwork may be able to pop the smoke safely. Oh, just misses.
Yep. Looks like everyone was going in on the Invoker, but Dire Heroes, they're wrapping around. This could be a pretty nice choke point.
This could be pretty bad if Empire were to go in on that, because they're going to get globaled off the relocate. They'll also relocate right into a Warlock ultimate if they don't kill him instantly.
Radiant, they're scanning, making sure there's nothing on the cliff, but it's going to be down here when Noya finds something, and well, there's going to be a nice duel coming in, the old 1-2 punch, and that's going to be another victory for Ghostic, but now Ace, hot on Ghostic's heels, a hook shot comes in, the BKB wears thin, and this poor Legion is going to get punished here. Kills herself against the Blade Mail, and that's going to be a killing spree ended, going the way of Ace, another 500 gold for him, and he's getting close to surpassing the Lifestealer in terms of top net worth.
Yeah, his farm is getting pretty scary here. He doesn't really have the items to deal with Lifestealer yet, but he can pretty much kill anyone else extremely quickly.
Lifestealer, speaking of, he's farmed up here, got the Assault Cuirass laying into the tier 2 tower, but I mean, this is a team game, and Chappie really needs his team to play coordinated and back him up with these movements. So.
Yep, Empire still has very, very good farm on Invoker and Lifestealer for now. Invoker working towards the BKB so we can actually cast spells when Global Silence comes out. Very, very important.
I feel like this Wraith King is just going to be a huge problem. Ace is just farming up a storm, has barely been touched here. 7 kills for him now. He's got a Blink, a full Mjolnir, and 2,000 more gold. So, I mean, he can just very easily turn that into a dead Empire.
Yeah, definitely. His level of farm has been pretty scary here. Although, Empire do have some pretty good tools to deal with them. Lifestealer is obviously going to go for the back line and kind of ignore him. Oh, Blink stun on the Spirit Breaker here.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
He's going to be locked down, and Ace is on a monster kill streak, takes over the top net worth slot. He's also going to be matching up with Lifestealer in terms of highest levels, and he goes for the 40 attack speed. And he's got himself an Assault Cuirass queued up, which means another 55 from the Hyperstone. This guy is going to be hitting like a freaking monster.
Yeah, definitely. It's looking pretty scary. Now, this is where Wraith King is really strong. when he's threatening your base, when you're forced to pretty much go on the Wraith King, where he's going to kill your buildings and you can't do anything about that because he'll come back to life with the reincarnation. He runs into some problems when you can kill his team because he's not the most mobile hero.
Yeah. So his team's going to be bailing out. They do catch the Wraith King all alone. He's got himself the reincarnate. Now Hesta Joe's going to reinitiate on this. Looking for some follow-up. FN going to be going, but does get dusted up. Wraith King moves forward with the Wraith Fire Blast. It will get purged off by Ghost Stick, and now there's going to be some golems drop. Chappie in some trouble, although is able to shoot through. Gets the kill onto the Wraith King. Man, Empire played that just right, and we're able to find the kills they need. Rise now going to be gobbled up. Uses his Midas one last time before he goes down. And that's going to be a double kill for FN, so good attempt from C9, but they just didn't quite play it right. Empire found what they needed.
King R being at the taunt. This Spirit Breaker taunt is so good, by the way. I don't know if you saw it there.
Which one is it?
But it's, oh, you just have to see it. It's enraging.
I get the sense you've played against it before.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
No, down
Baby
bottom.
9 might be in some trouble here with the duel.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's able to force himself back up, but they still got him locked down. Can they bring him down quick enough? They sure can. So 142 duel victories for this Legion commander, and these racks are getting slain. Look how quickly they go down with that Desolator coming out of the Lifestealer. So yeah, Cloud9 just really let themselves be vulnerable. Their long cooldowns weren't there, and 2 heroes still in the grave. And even through backdoor protection, look at this tower just fall.
I think that's so much right-click damage.
Yeah.
Empire playing, they set that up so nicely, actually. Before they even took the fight mid lane, what happened was they were pushing bottom lane, so Cloud9 started to leave, and then as they left, Ghost Stick dueled the Wraith King, forced him to fight, and they got that bottom tier 3 tower down to like 100 HP before going back to fight. So just a fantastic Wisp play.
Yep. Still a little while before we see when Roshan spawns, so somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes that guy will be up again, and that's going to be pretty important for Empire to continue this role. They got to have that sense of immortality to get in there and go for those bold plays that are going to be helping the game go for themselves. And let's see some next items coming out. Lifestealer has his full Assault Cuirass, another 1,000 gold for him. And what do you think we see out of him next? Basher Abyssal?
Yeah, most likely the Basher and Abyssal Blade combo. He'll be able to pretty much just blow people up in the stuns. He does a ton of damage right now.
Spirit Breaker has himself the Shadow Blade. Do you think we see the full Silver Edge coming out next, or is he gonna go for something in between?
Most likely not. I think he'll go for the Lotus Orb next, or BKB, just so he can purge off the Global Silence. He might get just the Lotus Orb so he can purge a teammate as well. We'll see what he goes for. But, alright, C9 are smoked up. They're looking for plays right now. Maybe they can catch out the Wisp and the Lifestealer. They have the hook shot to cancel Lifestealer's TP if they do manage to catch him when he tries to rage TP out.
Yeah,
Alright, Lifestealer went for the Manta so he can get out of Global Silence.
very all-in rotation as 2 heroes TPing out. This smoke is going to be unfruitful, and C9 just kind of wasted a bit of time. They are going to get some farm as they crawl through the jungle, but Empire is still feeling very safe.
Yeah, smoke is just too obvious. Once they realize these lanes aren't getting pushed out after a certain amount of time, it just becomes, quite obvious. It's their only move they can really make if they're not sitting there pushing lanes out. So, good read from them. Wraith King is farmed, but it doesn't feel like he's farmed enough. You know what I mean? Like, he can't sit there and man-fight the Lifestealer. Invoker is just extremely elusive, runs at max move speed with the Ghost Walk, and he's also getting levels to Mana Burn now. He's got max Wex, level 22 on Invoker.
Yeah. Difficult to fight into now. 2 heroes
Down bottom,
smoked up
looks
down
like,
bottom. Yeah, they're going straight in. The charge to follow up is, well, Silencer, an attempted save from Noya, but now Noya's going to pay the price. Just bash down. Spirit Breaker may give his life for this. He fought the good fight, set up for 2 kills. There is going to be that upheaval for him just to walk in molasses, so they do have to trade him, but getting the kill on the Silencer, an unsuspecting Silencer, is so important in terms of overall gold. It's going to be a good swing for Empire and definitely opens up the field. With Silencer dead for another 45 seconds, they know there's no global, and they know that most likely C9 aren't going to want to really commit to this fight.
Yeah, nice play from Empire there. They go in on bottom, you know, they distract them down there, then they relocated mid, took the tier 3 tower from full HP.
Yeah.
Nice play.
Look at this focus here, just straight in towards the structures. Ace is just getting shredded now. Chappie's Rage is done. They do burn the first reincarnate. EMP. Not going to be doing a whole lot of work there. Now FN goes forward. There are going to be the golems dropped, but no one really seems to mind there. There's another duel victory going the way of our Legion commander. Chappie laying into the clockwork, scores that kill. Wraith King, the only one alive. Silence is going to be back right now. A buyback comes in from the clockwork, but this full Interax is taken. Empire got what they wanted, and they're escaping without a scratch.
Yep, and they're headed straight for Roshan too.
Yeah.
This is looking tough to come back from, especially once you're down one lane Interax against the Wisp split push factor. It's just so difficult. You can see Empire. Look at they have a ward right there inside the Radiant's base there. You know, it gives them enough information to see if they can actually go for these ganks inside the base to make things like that happen. And they just abuse it.
Yep. So Empire taking back over the net worth chart. You got Wraith King wedging himself in there, but the 3 cores from Empire really just a step above the cores from C9. And now Invoker's got the Aegis, so we can just get a little crazier. He's got 3,200 gold, almost 2k on top of buyback, so his next item...
going again.
Yeah. They're jumping straight on in there. Silencer gonna be locked down. And the hook shot in from Hesta Joe. Maybe this will be very similar to what we saw last time with King R giving his life, but again, still worth it. Now FN comes in, Clutch Tornado clips onto 3, and now he's BKB'd. Ghost Stick comes back forward, finding another kill. And FN just going to continue this dominance. His BKB is going to wear thin. He's got to play this a little bit safe while back in the top lane. Ace going to get munched on by Lifestealer. Going to get charged up as well. He's just got nothing left. He's going to be trying to go for some potential clutch armlet toggles while Hesta Joe tries to zone the entire team. Ace jumps back forward. The meatball just kind of flying through the area there. FN gets low, but they still do find the kill on the Wraith King. Hesta Joe next on the menu. And GG is called out as Cloud9 just can't take it anymore. Empire feeling altogether dominant in this matchup.
Yeah, well played from Empire. They're really displaying their knowledge of how to play this.
By the way, Mott, they got mega creeps at the very last second.
That might have been Megas. I wasn't sure.
Yep.
It looked like there was